once we have the plugin installed, we need to do some initial setup. So please go to the plugin menu here, selecting like this, then go to the settings page, and you should see a screen like this. Now before we can start using the plugin, we just have to set up two different apps, a Facebook app, and if you want to post videos to your fan page, we need to also set up a Google API app too. Now this is very simple to do, so we'll start with the Facebook one. So we'll go open a new tab here in the browser, and then we'll search for Facebook developers, and then we'll see that the first result here, developers.facebook.com, this is the site we want, developers.facebook.com, and then we'll be presented with this screen. Now, if you're not logged into Facebook currently, like I'm not, you'll now have to log in. So I'll just quickly do that now. Now you can see that I'm logged in here with my personal Facebook account. So the next thing I want to do is to create an app. So I go to this menu here, My Apps, and then we go down and I do Add New App. Then we select Website from here. And then we need to type a name for our new app. Now this name is going to appear when you promote your fan pages. So you don't want it to look spammy, so you don't want to call it, my bot or anything like that, because this little name for your app is going to appear on each of your posts and each of your comments. So you just want to give it a generic name, something that isn't going to cause any offense. So that you can see there's a few different ones I've used here, like Friendly Helper or My Assist. Or I could even, if you just want to promote one fan page, just give it the name of the fan page. But I'm going to choose a new generic name because I want to promote, multiple fan pages from one installation. So I'm just going to call it My Friendly Helper. And this'll just, it's a nice, inoffensive, generic name that's not going to raise any eyebrows, and it's not going to make anyone think that it's a bot or a spam bot or anything like that. So I will create a new Facebook ID. This is not a test version of another app, and category, we're going to go apps for pages. And I'll create app ID. Now we'll just skip this quick start function here. So we'll click skip quick start. And the first thing we want to do is go to the settings. And we need to add a platform. So we click add platform, and our platform is a website. So click website there. And then I need to copy the URL of where I have it installed. So that's when I paste this in, you'll see this make sure you include the http:// so it's the full URL, http:// and wherever you have it installed. I had it installed at wpviralalert.com domain, and I had this in this directory /WordPress. It doesn't matter about the directory, whatever, just http:// then your domain. So it's a full URL of the website you have it installed. Now, we also need to add in the app domains. So this is different to the URL in that it doesn't include the http:// part, it's just the domain. So it's just this part. So and it doesn't have any trailing, so it wouldn't have this either. No trailing directories or folders or anything, so it's just literally your domain. So when you registered your website, you will have picked a domain, and it'll be, so in this example, it's wpviralalert.com, or it would just be yourwebsite.com or .co.uk or .org, wherever. So I'll copy that and I'll paste that in there. I also need to add a contact email, so I'll just quickly add one here. And then we just save changes. So yeah, make sure you've got a full URL in here and the domain in here without any http:// and without any trailing directories or anything like that. So it's very important, the domain, the URL, the contact email. Then we save changes. Then we go to app details, oh no, sorry, we go to app review, not app details, and then we just, do you want to make this app and all its features available to the general public? We click yes, and then we confirm that. And that is our app created. So all we now need to do is return to the settings page. We need to copy the app ID. So right click and copy this app ID, and I'll paste that in here in Facebook app key, paste. And then we need to get the app secret. So we'll show that, and then we'll copy that again, and then we will paste it in here, and then I will save. So we've got those that app key and the Facebook app secret saved in here. Make sure they're correct. Make sure you've copied them correctly. And then the next thing we need to do is click Auth Facebook, and that basically just gives the plugin permission to use the app that you've just created. So we'll click this Auth Facebook link here. It'll say the name of your app that you've just created will receive the following info. Say OK. Ignore this section at the top here saying that it hasn't been that it needs to be submitted for login review. Just ignore that. It doesn't matter. This will work, I promise you. So just click OK. And then we want to share all of our posts with the public. We need to make sure you click this option, otherwise, only people who are friends with you on Facebook will like it. So you need to click public so everyone can see the posts made by the app. Click OK. Then click OK here again. And then it should just auth that, and then so give it a little second, and then it's gone back to the Fan Machine 2 settings page here. You'll also notice that the Auth Facebook link has disappeared. Now, if that reappears, that link, don't worry, it doesn't mean you need to re-auth. It just, after a certain period, it will reappear just in case anything goes wrong and you do need to click it again. But, don't worry about it if it does reappear. It doesn't matter. That doesn't necessarily mean you need to re-auth. It's just there to help us out with support if things go wrong. Now, the next thing we need to do is create our Google app. The Google app just lets us search YouTube and post YouTube videos to our fan page. So if you want to post videos, this is an important thing to do. So we will go and open a new tab in our browser, and then we will search for Google Developers. And you'll see here that this link appears in Google saying Google Developers Console. So we click this one, Google Developers Console. So that's console.developers.google.com. And so if you're not signed into your Google account, it'll ask you to sign in before you do this. Yeah, so I'm already logged in, so it hasn't asked me, but yeah, go ahead and log in if it asks you to. And then we need to click Enable and Manage APIs. And we need to start a new project. So it doesn't matter what you call this, you can just leave it as my project, but I'm going to call it Fan Machine 2. No, I don't want that, and I agree, yes. Then we can click create. So it's just creating the project there. And now if we go, just give it a little second and it loads up. And so we're now in the API manager for our new project, for our Fan Machine 2 project that we've just created. And we need to enable the YouTube data API. So we need to click this one here. And then we just need to click enable for the YouTube data API. So make sure it's the data API here, because there's 2 or 3 different YouTube ones. You want the data API, click enable. It is now enabled. And then we go to, so it says we can't use it until we create credentials. So we'll go to credentials. And then we need to choose where we're calling it from. So we are going to be calling this from a web browser. And then we need to say that we'll be accessing public data. And then we click this button. That's fine. We'll just leave this as it is. And then we will leave this open. So we won't put anything in here. That just lets us have a open referrers, but yeah, just basically just completely leave that blank, and then create API key, and here is the API key here. So we will copy this, and then we will place this in here. And then we also need to choose our time zone. So I'm in the UK, and my time zone is UTC plus 0 hours. So it just depends, obviously, in which country you're in. And obviously, if daylight saving will apply to this, so you'll have to change this manually with daylight saving. And then we just click save. And then that's everything done. That's our app created. The final thing we have to do is create our cron jobs. Now, the cron jobs basically just allow the plugin to work whilst you're not logged in. So once you set this up, then the plugin will just work 24/7 on its own. I appreciate this is probably, you're getting slightly annoyed with all these things you have to do, but bear with me. Once these are done, you never have to touch them again. The plugin is completely set up once you've created these cron jobs. So we need to go to our cPanel for where we have this installed. So wherever you have installed your WordPress site, I've installed it here. You need to go to the cPanel for that site. So open up a new tab, and I have my cPanel bookmarked here. So I will log in to my cPanel, and so make sure you're on the correct account. So I've got several different URLs here, but this is the one I want. Yeah. So make sure you're on the right account that it contains the domain name that you're on. And then we go down to cron jobs here in the advanced section. Now, if you don't have a cPanel or you don't have cron jobs or anything like that, please just contact us at support and we will be able to help you. Okay, so click on cron jobs, and then we need to add a new cron job. So there's a section here where you can have it email you every time a cron job runs. Now, the plugin is going to be making a lot of cron jobs run, so just leave that blank, otherwise you will be inundated with emails. So just leave them alone. The next thing we want to do is we want to start putting these commands in. So we start with the first one. We just copy the whole thing. Make sure you include the wget part here all the way to the end. Copy the whole thing, and then we need to run this once per hour. So we will paste the command in, and we will also choose once per hour from here, and then we just do add new cron job, and then we take the once per day one, and then we'll copy that, and then we'll paste the command in, and then we'll choose once per day from here, and then we will add new cron job, and then we can see it's been successfully added. And then finally, we will add the twice per hour one. So we will copy that, and then we will twice per hour, add the command, add it. And that's them all done. Now, in 90% of cases, these cron jobs will work fine. They will work fine. But unfortunately, some different web servers have slightly different settings. That means they don't work, and it's just down to your web host how they've set everything up. So if these ones don't work, if you find you aren't getting anything posted, you know, the plugin's just basically not working, try the alternative cron jobs instead. Try these once per hour ones instead. So yeah, if these ones, the originals, don't work, delete them, and then put the alternative ones in instead, the ones that start with links. Okay, so now you've got the app set up and you've got your cron job set up. That's everything done, and all the plugin settings are now in place for you to get started and get using it.